Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. I love your microphone. Look at that.
Thank you. So excited to see you and meet you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
No, of course. So Lena Scissorhands, lead singer of Infected Rain.
Thank you so much. Just, getting ready. It's very soon, very soon.
I know. And I was firstly want to ask you about your name, Scissorhands. Obviously, like Tim Burton inspired.
Yes and no. I was always a big fan of Tim Burton since I started discovering cinematography and movies and all kinds of alternative, different type of movies and so on. However, I got that nickname from my friends because I was basically I was studying to become a hairdresser when I
Yeah.
was in high school.
Yeah.
And so when I finished my hairdresser school, I was still 15 years old at the time. My friends gave me a t-shirt that had embroidered Lena Scissorhands, because of that. So
Oh,
it kind of
wow.
stuck to me. Yeah, it became, my like they would call me jokingly scissor hands, scissor hands. And then, when I created my first, like Facebook or even before that, MySpace, I believe that's what I used, and it just
Oh,
stayed
wow.
with me. That's all.
That's so cool. I wouldn't have thought that, but yeah, like scissors and hairdressing. I
Yeah.
just immediately thought maybe like Tim Burton or something like
It
that.
is definitely connected, of course. I even had a tattoo of Edward Scissorhands
Yeah.
on me later on in life, but it didn't come from me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. So you've obviously been a part of the band for over a decade now. How do you think
Mhm.
your musical journey has evolved from then to now?
Well, it went in different phases. Some phases were very slow, in my opinion, and not necessarily in a bad way, just in a little bit unfortunate way for the band, because when you move too slow, especially as a newcomer, as a new band, it's very difficult to keep people's attention, and it's very difficult to stay on people's mind. The reason why I think that certain phases of our band were too slow, in my opinion, is mainly because of where we are coming from. We created the band in a very small country
Yeah.
in Eastern Europe called Moldova. Some people don't even know it exists, so that's how small it is. And even though I was born there in the capital, I lived in different countries throughout my life. I don't live there now anymore, but I lived there a lot, and I studied there, I worked there. I have a bunch of friends there, and this is what happened. A bunch of friends got together, created a band, and believed in the band, and were stubborn enough to never give up and continue pouring their souls into this project. And
Yeah.
eventually, it definitely brought us to certain places and situations where it was very important for the band, and it made the band move on to a next level.
Mm.
But we were independent for 10 years, and that is very difficult
Yeah.
because you have to do everything by yourself, and no one tells you what are the right things to do. There's no manual of how to become a successful metal band or something like
Yeah.
that. And if it was a manual on that, it would never work.
Yeah, true.
Because, it's just so unique and so different from country to country, from band to
Yeah.
band, from people to people. So, I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything. I will be
Yeah, for
honest with
sure.
you. But if you do ask me, I mean, I think that the journey could have been a little bit different if we came from a different country, for
Yeah.
sure.
You yourself as a lead singer, you've got such a dynamic vocal range. You can do like some growls and you have like some clean singing. What kind of inspired the versatility of your vocal range?
I guess the main inspiration there, or the main thing that drives me to use this type of vocalizing specifically is just the love for metal that I
Yeah.
have since I was like 13. And that's because, you know, as a teenager growing up, I've discovered even earlier than that there are certain music that speaks to me louder than other music, and I've
Yeah.
discovered that I do love music very much. When I was a child, I always tried to like dance for some reason. I never thought that I have the talent to sing or to play an instrument. When I started discovering alternative bands, thanks to MTV at the time
Yeah.
and other like metal radio stations or rock, radio stations, I have noticed that those bands that are more raw and more like brave to mix different genres
Mm-hmm.
and different styles of vocalizing are actually my favorite bands.
Yeah.
And so I just felt like doing it as well and applying that as well with Infected Rain because of the emotions that I want to deliver through my lyrics and because of the messages
Yeah.
and it just fits a little bit better in my
Yeah.
opinion. But I love all kinds of music and I don't judge. You know, if you want to just sing and use one technique, I'm sure you can, you know, knock to people's hearts and touch people's hearts even without, you know, the necessity of screaming. It works in a way for me also as a outlet of releasing certain emotions. When you
Yeah.
scream, like, of course, you know, it's a physical, like, I don't even know how to explain it right. You know, it's a physical thing you do, like going to the gym, you know,
Yeah.
and start doing, you know, sprinting, running. It's you feel your body experiencing certain sensations that you can't feel unless you do that specific thing. And
Mm-hmm.
it's the same with screaming. I do, however, my favorite thing in vocalizing is mixing, is
Yeah.
having like smooth transitions from
Mm-hmm.
you know, singing and screaming and you know, whispering or rapping or whatever it is you want to call
Yeah.
it. It's all, you know, just singing in my opinion.
Oh, so who were your influences, before you started the band and growing up?
Well, I don't think that in this case specifically the word influences is the right word because uh, I didn't really have any specific band or specific bands that influence the way I think or the way I dress or the way I do anything in life, even before I was a musician. It was definitely Michael Jackson in the first place, way before I even discovered alternative music. I just really, really loved his music. And he has really emotional songs. And then later on, you know, with Nirvana, I
Yeah.
absolutely loved how fearless they were and innovative they were in their time, you know, with their style and with what they were going for musically. You know, later on, of course, I fell in love with new metal and all the bands that were similar to new metal genre because I just thought it's so genius that metal bands want to mix
Yeah.
other genres with metal. It's amazing because metal is such a emotional genre of music, and it's just, I think, the perfect genre to mix together everything, really. You
Yeah.
can mix opera, you can mix reggae music, you can mix electronic,
Yeah.
you can mix so much and it will come out fantastic, in my
Yeah, for
opinion.
sure. No,
But
I
again,
think so too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like, these particular things definitely inspired me to be fearless and definitely inspired me to be emotional and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and not be afraid of experimenting, even with my look. The country I was born in and the country that the band was formed in, is an ex-USSR country, which
Oh,
means
okay.
that a lot of people are still very close-minded. They are not bad people. They are just seriously close-minded still nowadays. So
Oh,
trust me, it was a big challenge for me to look different in that
yeah,
environment. It still is whenever I visit Moldova. Not to that same extent, but it's
yeah,
still. So there are difficulties in life. You just have to remember to follow your dreams and be yourself and express yourself. That's the beauty of it.
yeah.
Like,
You being a female as well, you know, in such a male-dominated industry, what were your experiences like making your mark in the scene?
one more thing about metal that made me fall in love with metal is the um, the romanticism behind
Yeah,
the whole, you know, acceptance in the metal culture, and acceptance should come with the gender as well. We
yeah,
accept every gender, every skin color, every religion, every culture, every age. When it comes to metal, it's just a safe place for people to express themselves
yeah,
and to art in general. But you know, metal, it was more rebellious than other genres of music, and that's why the so-called misfits,
yeah,
the rejected people from the society found metal as their home because it was different and they felt different and they felt like they belonged. So I'm only saying that because I feel like this is also one of those things that we have to feel like we belong, no matter who cares if we are wearing a dress or we are wearing pants. Who
yeah, no,
cares
for
if we are
sure.
wearing makeup or we are not? Nowadays,
Yeah,
there's a lot of outstanding and absolutely amazing, metal musicians that wear amazing makeup and
yeah,
amazing, even more girly outfits, and it
yeah,
looks fantastic on them, and it's good for them,
yeah, for
to
sure.
me, as long as you don't harm anyone and as long as you don't impose anything specifically negatively,
Hmm.
um, you're safe to express yourself. You should
Yeah,
be
for
at
sure.
least.
And also, you're not only known for your music, you know, you're such a really cool, iconic figure in the scene. You're known for your fashion and your artistic creativity. How do you combine that with your music and correlate that together?
I think that comes out pretty easy. It was actually my job to be in the fashion industry, and I started modeling so early in my life, and connecting with other artists as photographers, tattoo artists. Artists like from movie creators or actors. It just all kind of slowly went together, because it all kind of goes together,
Yeah.
because it's the visuals that surround us. And it was only helping, to be honest, in my opinion, when it comes to certain decisions for certain looks for photography or for music videos for the band or for what to wear on stage. And yeah, I mean, it only helped.
And you have such a strong connection to your fan base as well. Has there been any significant stories that anyone's reached out back to you and shared with you?
Yes, there are many people that reached out either through social media or in person after a show to share how much the music impacted their life
Yeah.
choices or their life in general. And that always brings me uh, almost like tearing up, and
Yeah.
it's very emotional because I know that feeling because I experienced that feeling with other music myself, and I know how a song or a band can literally save your life or be there for
Yeah.
you in a moment where there was no one there to understand you, right? And you feel understood through lyrics of a complete stranger that maybe you never even will ever meet in your life. The fact that they found time and open their heart for our music, and I'm insanely grateful. If you don't open your heart, or you're not ready to open your heart in that specific moment, that song or that band will never speak to you.
Yeah.
It's in the end of the day, it's thanks to those people that we are where we are, and thanks to our fan base and following that we are where we are. So I feel very grateful.
And you're coming to Australia.
Yay!
You're coming to Australia soon. What are you looking forward to the most?
Honestly, first and most important, of course, I am looking forward to connecting with a new culture
Yeah.
and a new country. It's very exciting. I've never even traveled for my own, curiosity or vacation. I do know a few people from Australia, but that's pretty much it. And I'm very excited. That is definitely the most important one. But secondly, I am looking forward to see if I will have at least a couple of hours to explore nature.
Yeah. What advice would you give to aspiring females wanting to get into the scene and the industry?
I will advise every single human being on this planet that is trying to become a musician or aspire to become a musician to just remember to be themselves and to never forget their dream. If this is your dream, if this is your path, you will find it through hard work and dedication. Do not be cocky about your talent, because talent only can bring you so far. You have to put in the work. So yeah, that's it. Believe in yourself. Hello, everybody. This is Lena from Infected Rain, and big shout out to ginandjuicetv.
Yes, you're the best. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank
So
you.
good
I'll
to
see you at the
meet you.
show.
Yeah, I'll see you at the show in Sydney.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. See you there.
All right, hon. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Bye.
You too. Bye.
Bye bye.